What if you scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10x Tech Tank. I'm Jared Yellin with my man, AJ Asghari. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming to the studio. So AJ is a co-founder of a tech company with us, Drugstore to Door, and what we're doing in the independent pharmacy space lights me up. And I know it lights you up because this is your world, right? Like this is your world. Speak into who you are and what we're doing in this space.
Yeah, you bet, man. So I'm actually a pharmacist by license. Know this space unbelievably well, and myself and my team found a huge hole. Just started attacking it, creating technology to support independent pharmacies' digital presence, from e-commerce to prescription refill to location services to delivery, literally solving the whole digital presence piece for the consumer to match up with the more than 21,000 independent pharmacies across the United States.
It's awesome. When AJ first shared his vision, he shared his vision just like entrepreneurs tonight are going to be sharing their dreams. What stood out to me most about AJ was his knowledge of the problem. Like, he just knows the problem and he knows the solution. The level of relevancy you bring, because you're in the industry, is off the freaking charts. But here's what also excited me, besides for you, the solution is a utility. Right. Like, once the independent pharmacist integrates this into their business, they can't live without it. Like, it drives their business. Speak into how important it is to have a utility.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And to make sure it's turnkey, so that when they put it in, it's plug and play. There's not a lot of software download. There's none of that stuff. All cloud-based, just get in, get rock and rolling. And then we can feed them in kind of micro sessions of learning how to use certain pieces of the product. Yeah, totally. But otherwise, plug and play, turn the key, awesome. 7 days in, you're rolling a full e-commerce
I hope
store.
We see a Drugstore to Door today. Some pitch just like that, right? So, as you know, we have entrepreneurs from around the world. They're going to be pitching us tonight.
Amazing.
We have an audience watching us. Thousands of people tune into every episode. And when these entrepreneurs come, they're coming with everything from a napkin to a minimum viable product to even a cash-flowing tech company. But they all have the same desire. They want partnership. They want to accelerate. They want to bring their dream to the world, and they want to create seismic impact. So we're going to be here to guide them, to ask them questions. What we need you to do is vote in the comments below. If you see potential in this entrepreneur and their idea, please share in the comments. And if you don't, politely share in the comments below. This is their dream. Remember that. This is their dream. But we do want you to influence our decisions. So with that, Art, send in the first entrepreneur into the tank.
What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
All right, we are back with another entrepreneur in the tank. Hoping we get a yes in the tank for you. I hope we do. All right, this might be our man right here. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Robert Ramirez. I'm calling from deep South Texas, right on the Mexican border.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Robert. You got 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea.
Yeah. Okay, great. Man. Hang on a second. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see here. Our tech idea is really about education. Literacy and numeracy are the greatest human rights, and those rights are deprived to a lot of people for a variety of reasons. And our goal is to make that right is with respect to literacy. And our program is called Early Spanish Reading, and we hope to power it through the 10X Tank Incubator. So our moonshot is to launch a LMS and an app, and to make it as much universally accessible to people as possible, with a focus on those who need it the most. And I'll talk a little about that in just a minute, right here in my hometown. The idea is, if a child can master reading in the early grades, then they're best prepared for a quality education and for higher learning and to love learning. So we think by doing that and giving children who are not now able to read at level that skill, we can change the lives of thousands of people, not only in the United States, across the Southwest, but in the hemisphere. So Earth orbit for us is the simple process of decoding and knowing what these symbols mean. Our first book teaches 5 sounds, Spanish sounds that you see there in red. And the very first hurdle a child has to clear is to be able to identify what the initial sound is in this word for bumblebee, abeja, and also igloo. And so we have 80 words in book 1. But the first thing is, if we show them a picture of something, which they know what it is and they know how to say it, or we say it for them, do they know that it's beginning with the ah sound or the e sound? If they can do that, that is in essence the first step along the path towards literacy and fluency in readings. Here are some facts about the problem. I looked at the poorest census tract in McAllen, Texas, and then looked at the test scores for those schools. And in one of them, only 37% of the children were reading on grade level. A longitudinal study was done of Texas 8th graders, so almost 900,000 of them. And they studied them over 10 years and found that at the end of that time period, a little over 20% had earned a college degree or a certificate. So that means in this state, 80% of that cohort of almost 1 million children are undereducated and suffer from very limited opportunities. And on top of that, now we add the sort of almost a disintegration of the public school system. And when they did a survey here recently, 60% of the staff in the school district where I live said they had considered retiring. So education is being transformed by technology and by all the other forces that work in the world, both constructive and destructive. So our solution is a gamified, engaging learning platform. We want to encourage the children and positive affirmations about their abilities to learn, and show them and have them show us by passing assessments that yes, in fact, they can learn and they're doing well and they're ready for the next challenge that they face in learning how to read. Once they do that, then the library is a place where they can, it's a wealth of opportunity for them, as opposed to a place that they might just go and not even know what to do, because many of these children come from homes where there are no magazines or books.
Let's jump into ask questions, Robert. So
yeah,
we have to understand the vision. We care about this vision too. So thank you for committing to solving this problem. This is something that's critical. What exists as of today? Like, have you already created the curriculum? So you already have the training done? You just need to put it inside of some technology. Do you have the curriculum done and it's in a technology, but you want to build your own technology? So what exists today, or is it's more of just an idea at this point? So
no. The what you might call the intellectual property, the curriculum, the method, and the system for teaching has existed for 50 years in an analog form. So I've spent about 10 years modernizing the materials, because they were done on the super cheap back 50 years ago, printed on newsprint, and the teachers had to cut out the alphabet cards.
Own it? Do you own this IP? Or who owns
it? Yes, I do.
Okay, so now you're taking really great.
So we modernized we modernized the print kit, which includes a plastic alphabet tray with letters, so the children who can't write can spell and then read. And then in the last couple of years, we invested in creating a digital component to it. it's a nice looking, effective enrichment, but it's not an instructional program, and it doesn't have any assessment to go with it. So,
are there any kids using it now? And how does it make money? Like the current model?
It doesn't. Yeah, the only way we've made money with this in the past, and we're getting ready to launch the subscription service probably in the next few months. So, but the only children that have used it before have been children in summer school programs, and we're doing another marketing effort aimed at Texas school districts for summer school. But summer school only lasts 3 weeks, and it's only 4 days a week. So after 12 days of instruction, the teachers put the instructional system away, and they all go home on their vacation. So, so we haven't hit the internet with the subscription service yet, but we intend to very shortly.
So Robert, I guess for me, as I'm thinking about this, like Rosetta Stone comes to my mind, Khan's Academy, like all of these resources that a teacher or mentor or whoever could push these kids towards to give them those things. The other thing that comes to my mind is, what is this demographic or this cohort? What resources do they have? Do they have smartphones? Do they have tablets? Are they resource strapped? So I'm not super clear on the big differentiator to get there, but I love the cause. I mean, anything that's helping from an education standpoint, I love it, but I'm still not clear in that regard.
Yeah. So try to convince us there's something there, because I'm convinced that you in your heart. So I want to so you hear this, like you care. And
well, most of those programs that you mentioned, like Rosetta Stone and all of those, are supposedly designed to help people learn to speak the language. We're talking about serving a population that already speaks the language, but doesn't know yet how to read it. And so the existence of those.
An education problem, is that what you're saying? Not enough teacher resources, you're trying to solve with technology?
Yeah, in other words, with all the money that the school districts have, they're still only able to get 37% of their kids reading at grade level. So there's obviously a big gap in there somewhere.
How do you get this integrated? And like, we created a curriculum for young entrepreneurs. I've shared this with you in the past. That is for young entrepreneurs to become tech founders. And we went to middle schools, high school, colleges, and daunting. And our program is amazing and it works. And we have great success stories. And it was so difficult to get this embraced. We would have the superintendent would be like, yes, and it still wouldn't get it. Like, it still isn't. It's like over 18 months now. And I pushed pretty hard. Right? I literally can't push it over the starting line. How are you going to do that?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I agree with you 100%. That's been our experience as well. I love to quote Einstein. He said, bureaucracy is the death of any achievement. And this is the problem, is that, we provide this learning kit. They buy it and they use it for 12 days and the teachers love it. And at the end of 12 days, the federal director of bilingual programs takes the kits back because they were bought with federal money, and they don't use it again, if at all. So our approach is to go directly to the teachers and directly to the parents, not through the bilingual federal directors, but the teacher in the classroom is starving for additional resources and support. So if we have an application that strengthens what she's already doing with her students, she will pay $40 or $50 a month to have that, and then she'll begin producing results, and we'll sort of grow the business from the grassroots.
So let's see what our audience thinks, Robert. Our audience definitely cares about education. So what are your thoughts on Robert's vision here? This is a big vision. It's a beautiful moonshot. It needs to happen. Should we move forward in due diligence? So where I stand is you need to prove that that's going to happen. Like, is the teacher going to pay for it?
Right. Well, and I think, Robert, no cost option, whether you get yeses or nos from people, go kick up a Zoom link, put a landing page, and see how many after-school programs, families, etc. you can get to attend what you're doing, and get a nice proof of concept, and come back and knock on the door for money at that point. I don't think you need anyone in your corner right now.
There's no tech needed. Like, if you own this IP, it's the greatest IP ever to deliver on the promise that you're making to the world. You have all you need at this point. Now just go and see if people are engaged and willing to do it, and that it provides the results. You don't need tech. Go and run. Don't use tech as the reason why you're not going after your moonshot. Like, start to go after your Moonshot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for committing to solving this problem. We appreciate you. All right, after commercial break, we'll have our final entrepreneur in the tank.
The insurance adjuster industry has not received much love in the space of innovation, ever. Professionals in this industry are faced with extremely arduous processes that make scaling difficult and quality of life poor. Claim Guru assists public adjusting businesses by providing powerful tools for managing every step of the claim process, from origination to settlement and beyond. In addition, Claim Guru will help professionals stay on top of their adjusting caseload, proactively guiding them through the process, which makes the customer experience significantly enhanced. Our client-centric approach helps to increase your company's capacity, providing you with the tools you need to grow and succeed. From lead management, contract execution, scheduling, claims filing, claims management, loss scoping, loss documentation, document creation and distribution, file transferring, claim activity documentation, task reminders and organization, form filling and filing, payment intake and distribution. The process is currently way too complex and time-consuming to allow for maximum profits. Until now, we invite you to take your public adjusting business to the next level by hiring a guru, the one and only Claim Guru.
All right, our final entrepreneur is coming to the tank. It's a big evening here, AJ. Let's see what we got. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Alex Patnod. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling from Boston. We have 5 minutes for you. Please share your big tech idea. We're excited to hear it, Alex.
Absolutely. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Come on here. Beautiful. So everyone, my name is Alex Patnod. I'm the founder and CEO of GiftScript. And GiftScript is a disruptive and scalable technology-based platform that's tackling the challenge that millions...
Your screen's not sharing if you wanted to.
No, I know. I'm trying to work on it, but I figured I'd get going.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, so that's tackling the challenge of gift giving for millions of people in the United States and around the world. Let me try to get this up because I really want to show you the UI. Sorry, everyone. Looks like we're just going to wing it for now. I'm going to try to get this pulled up. So GiftScript basically is tackling the challenges associated with gift giving, right? Gift giving is an important thing. It's actually one of the 5 love languages. It's a way that millions of people actually show affection for each other, but there's a lot of stress involved with this process, namely remembering important dates for all of the people in your life, you know, that you have to buy gifts for. I know I have over 10 people personally, knowing what to get them. So, you know, understanding what's going to be a good fit for them. Also things like getting it on time, getting it on budget, and just making sure that you have a great experience and, you know, it's not so stressful for you. There's actually research that shows that, especially during the holidays, gift giving causes a lack of time, a lack of money, and people feel pressure about giving gifts, especially women and people of low middle income. So GiftScript aims to tackle all of these problems by basically allowing you to craft a platform for all of the people in your life that you buy gifts for, and create profiles for them that will remind you of when they have upcoming gift dates. It curates product recommendations for them so that you know exactly what their demographics are buying to make it easy for you. It also has, you know, unique features such as deferred shipping so that you can buy gifts way ahead of time and have it shipped on time, as well as gifting automation. So it's a 2-sided marketplace that has a number of different features, all centered around making an easy, facilitated gift-giving experience for you. In terms of, you know, the market size here, you know, there's over $1 trillion at stake with the United States gift-giving market. I believe that it's underserved. Of course, there's many large retailers that, you know, have avenues that go after this. But generally speaking, I think this specific segment of the market is underserved. I want to go really big with our go-to-market. I want to have the world's largest gift-giving day. Think of Toys for Tots, something like that. I want to go big, world's largest gift giving day. I want a singular sales day that rivals, you know, Alibaba's Singles Day or Cyber Monday. I really am bummed that the screen share is not working, but I know that we can go over that and do diligence. So we'll leave it with that for now because you're going to have to leave some out. So I'm ready for your questions.
I mean, what exists because you have something to share. So does some of this already exist? Is it more of just a prototype at this point? What do you have that exists?
It is a prototype. Yeah, it's more of just a user experience prototype that I've built out with like no coding really, just to walk you through, cool. What it's going to look like. And
what's your background, Alex? What's your background?
Yeah, so professionally speaking, I do have experience at a multi-billion-dollar two-sided e-commerce marketplace called TripAdvisor, and so that's really why I understand how this two-sided business model works. And in terms of the actual idea, this is something that causes me a lot of stress in my life, and we know that some of the best ideas come from a problem that someone has. I was actually surprised at how much research there is showing how much of a problem this is across the globe and how much money is at stake.
Yeah. So I'm generous to a fault, but I'm the worst gift giver ever because I don't plan ahead. What are your gift giving prowess?
So the one thing that spoke to me is I got, as you do, a very busy schedule. So it did pique my interest right out of the gate. Where I'm super curious is about your revenue model, like where your mind is at around revenue. Is this a fee for service? Is this all on the back end going to Chanel and Coach and Gucci or whoever, local vendors, and they're paying on how do you see this thing monetizing?
Yeah, great question. So, with that two-sided market, first you have the consumer side. So the retail, person, anyone like us that goes on the website. Right. So we're going to drive their traffic and we want to have a subscription-based model for the service. Haven't figured out exact pricing yet, but subscription-based would be amazing because we know those customers will keep coming back to us and bring in some revenue. As we drive traffic, we'll be able to monetize the platform through advertising. So CPC, display. And then on the supplier side, like you said, the big brands, there's at least 3 different iterations where we can, partner with suppliers to get money, whether that's commission from sales, setup fees, or just simple partnerships where we promote their products. So there's a number of ways you can do it. To be honest, there's at least 5 different categories on the supply side for revenue.
I got one last one there. You mentioned deferred shipping.
Yeah.
Are you going to warehouse for these guys?
So realistically, there definitely are a few different avenues you could go. That is an avenue that you could go. I don't think it's the best fit. What I would want to do is find partners that are willing to work with us on deferred shipping and just have that integration with them specifically. And that'll be a benefit to working with us for them to drive incremental revenue.
Yeah. Listen, what does our audience think?
What are your thoughts on this idea? Are you someone who struggles with gift giving? I know I do. Like I always want to give really great gifts, and then I realized it like 3 days after the day I should have done it. I'm like, is it now look worse? Like that I'm doing it 3 days late? Like if there was some way to proactively do this, I'd spend like an hour a year and be like set up for the entire year. What are your thoughts on Alex? So I'm a yes to going to due diligence. I'll tell you what, I love your certainty and confidence. Like it didn't work out the way you wanted to, right? Like it's something you wanted to show us, but you just went with it. Like you didn't let that slow you down. That's a blip on the journey of building, scaling, and selling a tech company. But even your ability to respond that well is on point. You're definitely identified a problem that we can both identify with, and you caught our attention too. Like right out of the gate, you're like, oh yeah, gift giving. Like I wish this existed. Like we'd be set with our wives. Like we'd be set with our family. I'm a yes on due diligence, man. You did a great job. I'm excited to see what you've laid out from a UI UX perspective. Just understand like how you envision the workflow. I know the team's going to go after the deferred shipping thing as well. Like how are we literally doing that? Like what does that look like? Are we integrating into other platforms and we're just making the buying experience easier for the consumer? So these are the kind of things you want to come. I'm sure you've answered all these questions. AJ, any final thoughts for Alex?
No, I like the idea. I like the problem you're trying to solve. I'll be really curious going through and doing diligence would be a great spot for it. What the consumer's going to pay and how you can take as much of that away from the consumer as possible and allow the retailers to play that game.
100%. Yeah, great job. We'll see you in due diligence.
Blueprinted is the place where you can go in and put those steps in there and then be able to impact the world and monetize on that by having a marketplace and a community that we're developing for you in Blueprinted.
So we've created the app for any expert to be able to come in and put their steps, their exact steps to success in our app and put it on a marketplace where people can go and buy the steps to any success.
So there we got it, man.
Awesome. awesome. We got
First
one.
time in the tank. I was hoping, listen, I knew you were coming in. I'm like, I hope we got some good pictures, but I don't ever know what they're going to be. Like the team just like, they throw these Shabangi and Tiffany and Art. They put these entrepreneurs up there. I don't know what it's going to be. I always say we have a guest coming in, so make sure we say yes to at least one. And Art called it. He goes, I've been feeling this last one.
He nailed it.
You're gonna grab it.
So he either influenced us and we were clouded, or we got one.
Yeah. So but what are your thoughts on this, right? Because you went through your own version of this with us. You I remember our first call. I'm like, okay, real deal. We're doing this. So you're awesome. You have everything we look for in a co-founder. You have every one of those criteria. But think about this now. Entrepreneurs from around the country now sharing their visions, right? It's a big pitch for them. What does it feel like to sit in this seat to give them feedback on their ideas?
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, really for me, being a subject matter expert, so really understanding what you're doing, what you're going after, and why. And I think that's the game changer for most people. So we all have a ton of ideas. I can pull a Rolodex of ideas out. It's just my mindset, right? But really getting in and nailing down, what can I do? Where do I inject a lot of value? Because then I can come and plug and play with other guys who've got the technology skills, who have the back end, help me go higher, etc. We can bolt that team together. But as much as someone like me needs partners like you and teams that we put together, you guys also need the person that's coming to the table to be on fire.
They do. Yeah, they do. And I'm happy you say that, because that's what we want for you. We do this show as much for the entrepreneur pitching us as for our audience. Absolutely. Because I just know, right, like tonight, there's someone watching, it's like, Alex reminds me of me. Yeah. And if Alex can do it, I can do it, right?
Exactly.
So if that's how you feel right now, I invite you, pitch10x.com. Go fill out the application. It's absolutely free. Our team will review it. And if they see potential, we're going to invite you into the tank. You see, it's a safe place. We always want to say yes, but the only people we can say yes to are the right people with the right idea in the right market and the right business model. So that's what we're looking for. And if you believe you have those 4 rights, you better get into the tank and share your vision. We appreciate you for coming to the show. AJ, thank you again for being here, brother. Yeah. And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now. Cool. Yeah, Art, good call. Good call. It's getting a little
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.